places of the world. As a certified direct service provider to the Women's Resource Center, I come before you today to speak as a facilitator and as a survivor of domestic violence. I would like to speak briefly about the facts and myths associated with domestic violence. Also, I would like to bring awareness to the origin of the Me Too movement on sexual assault against women as well as men. Facts. Nearly 1 in 4 women and just over 1 in 10 men in the United States report experiencing violence by a current or former spouse or a dating partner at some point in their life. That is from the Center on Disease Control. Fact. An average, more than 3 women are murdered by their husbands or boyfriends each day in the United States. That's from the Census on the Department of Justice. Fact. Women are 85% of the victims of intimate partner violence. That's from the Department of Justice. Fact. Girls and young women between the ages of 16 and 24 experience the highest rate of intimate partner violence. That is from the Department of Justice. Fact. 15.5 million children in the United States live in families in which partner violence occurred at least once in the past year. That's from the Journal of Family Psychology. Here, next, are the following myths associated with domestic violence. You can't believe everything you read and hear about domestic violence. Here are 10 common myths about domestic violence. They are not true. Myth 1, domestic violence does not affect many people. It is believed that domestic violence is the most common but least reported crime in the United States. That is true. Myth, domestic violence is only physical abuse. That is not true. Physical abuse is only part of a larger pattern of abuse, which is also psychological, emotional, sexual, and economic abuse. Sometimes there is no physical abuse, but the abuser will use other forms of abuse to exert power and control over their partner. Domestic abuse is a momentary loss of temper. Not true. Domestic abuse is just the opposite of momentary loss of temper. The abuser makes a decision to abuse. It is an ongoing technique to enforce control through the use of fear and is a pattern of abuse. Myth 4, violence. Domestic violence only happens in poor families. Not true. Domestic violence occurs throughout all levels of society in every racial, ethnic, and religious group. There is no evidence to suggest that any income level, occupation, social class, or culture is immune from domestic violence. Wealthy, educated professionals are just as prone to violence as anyone. Domestic violence is just an occasional slap or a punch that isn't serious. Not true. Victims are seriously injured. Over 30% of women seeking care in hospital emergency rooms are there because they have been injured by their domestic partners. Abused women are more likely to suffer miscarriages or to have birth prematurely. Drinking or drug abuse causes domestic violence. Not true. Some abusers make alcohol and drugs as an excuse for violent behavior. While there is a correlation between substance abuse and domestic violence, one does cause the other. However, substance abuse does not lower inhibitions and may increase the frequency and the severity of the abuse. The victim can always walk away from the relationship. That is not true. Victims believe that they do not have any place to go where they can be safe from the abuser. The abuser often knows the victims and friends and family members and can find a victim who leaves. It takes money, a support network, and a time for planning to assure that a victim can escape. If the abuser is truly sorry and promises to reform, the abuse is going to stop. Not true. Remorse and begging for forgiveness are manipulative methods used by abusers to control their victims. Abusers really stop abusing. In fact, the abuse will almost always get worse as time goes on. If the violent episodes don't happen very often, the situation is not that serious. That's not true. Even if the violence doesn't happen often, the threat of it remains a terrorizing means of control. No matter how far apart the violent episodes are, each one is a reminder of the one that happened before and creates a fear of the one that will happen in the future. That's false. A number of studies have determined that there is no set of personality traits that describe victims of domestic violence. It is the abuser who is responsible for the abuse, not the victim. With this being said, I would like to say that the Me Too movement was created by a black woman, activist, Tarana Burke, as a way to connect with survivors of abuse and sexual assault long before the hashtags that you see today. It was created in 2007. It was a catchphrase to be used from survivor to survivor to let people know that they were not alone. I stand here today to say hashtag Me Too. To the men of the congregation, there is a motivational speaker by the name of Tony Porter. He is an author, an educator, and an activist working to advance social justice issues. He is co-founder of an organization called A Call to Men. It was created to take the stigma out of who men think they are supposed to be. He created the man box of the myths of men. Myths for men. Don't cry or openly express emotions. Do not show weakness or fear. Show aggression and dominance. Don't be like a woman. Do not be like a gay man. Only a man can make decisions and does not need help. View women as property, objects. All that I have stated are false teachings. I would like to end by saying thank you for your time, and if you know anyone who is suffering in silence, please refer to your pamphlets as a guide to help them. Thank you and God bless.